Hello my friend, welcome. This is Ahmed from Voice of the Entrepreneur, and I am super excited about this video because in this video I'm going to talk to you about the lessons that I've learned through talking to entrepreneurs from different walks of life. As many of you may know, I am the host and the founder of Voice of the Entrepreneur, a show where I bring in successful entrepreneurs from different walks of life to talk about their purpose, their vision, why they do what they do, and most importantly, the lessons that they have learned. And through talking to these entrepreneurs, there's something that I've come across. I've understood the reasons for why people fail. And I want to share that with you today as the top 6 reasons why I think people fail after talking to these entrepreneurs that are living a successful life. And you have to talk to people that are doing what they love and are living a successful life and have also gone through the failure to understand what these reasons for failure can be. So let's get into it. I want to talk about them starting from the bottom up. So number 6 is the inability to make decisions. You know, successful people make decisions quickly, and they very seldom do they take those decisions back. But unsuccessful people make decisions very slowly and quite often go back on their own decisions. So the ability to decide is what creates the first step to taking an action in the direction of what you want to create. Without the ability to decide, there's really nothing that moves and nothing that gets created. So decision, or the inability to decide is one of the reasons why people fail. Number 5 is the lack of self-discipline. If you can't have self-control on yourself, then there's very little outside of you that you can control. If you can't control your habits, your patterns, then very little outside of you can be controlled. Self-discipline provides that fundamental, that foundation to build everything on top. And that's the reason why it's one of the reasons why people fail when they don't have that self-discipline to keep them focused on the direction of manifesting their dreams. Number 4 is the lack of perseverance. Any entrepreneur that you'll talk to or that I've talked to has said that good things have come because they persevered. To create something that is worthwhile, you have to go through the grind. You have to go through the hard work. And when the going gets rough, people most often quit. Quitting will never get you to the results that you want. When things are not looking good, people need to persevere. And if you can't persevere in those difficult times, then you will be met by failure. And I can tell you through my own personal experience, is that if you're not able to have that persistence to keep going in the direction that you think will bring you where you need to go, then you will fail. And that is one of the critical reasons why people fail in the endeavors they choose to take. Number 3 is the inability to take risk. You know, when you can't take risk, you often find yourself on the sidelines, left with whatever is there after people are done. That means the people that have taken the risk and have produced or created what they want, you usually are the ones to use what they've already created. And if you can't walk in the direction of uncertainty with the faith that this is going to be what's going to bring you, then that is also an indicator of failure. And that's one of the reasons why people fail, because they have the inability to take risk. Risk often has high rewards, and that's the reason why it has high rewards, because it leads to failure. So if you can get the ability to take risk, or you can bring that in your life, then you can move farther and farther away from failure. Number 2 is the lack of purposeful ambition. Now, there's a reason why I say purposeful, because you can have the ambition to bring something in your life, to create something in your life. But if it's not aligned with your purpose, it will not bring you to success in the long term. It will eventually lead you to failure. And you have to have this deep desire to step out of mediocrity and create the life that you want. But when it's aligned with your purpose and your vision, and you're ambitious, when the two are aligned together, then it leads you in the long-term levels of success. It'll take you farther and farther away from failure in the long term and create the kind of success that you want to enjoy in your life. And the number 1 reason why I think people fail is no other than fear. You know, I've talked about this before in my other videos. I talk about this with all the entrepreneurs that come on the show. This is one of the big ones. This is number 1 for a reason, is because fear stops entrepreneurs or anybody that wants to create success in their lives short. stops them cold in their tracks. The fear of rejection, the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of not being able to make what they thought they could make. All these fears stop people from bringing the kind of life that they want. It stops people and takes them to the path of failure. Fear is probably number one because there's so many people with great ideas that have the potential to, in so many cases, change the world, but they don't take the action because they're afraid. And they and they find themselves in a state of failure because they have these fears that kind of grip them and won't allow them to move in the direction of what they really want to do. Well, my friend, these are the top 6 reasons why I think people fail. And the entrepreneurs that I sit down with have always taught me a lesson. And the lessons here I'm sharing with you have come through, the conversations I've had with these people that are really living the life that they want. And that's the reason why I think it carries so much weight, because it comes from the lessons of people that have failed and that have yet, and even though they failed, they are moving past it to go in the direction of creating the life that they want. I hope this inspired you, my friend. I hope you saw some levels of fear or the reasons that you think that you might be failing in some aspect of your life. If you saw it, then there is absolute ways of getting over these, and this is going to be the topic of my next video. So stay tuned, watch the interviews, learn from the entrepreneurs, learn from their mistakes, see what they're doing, and challenge yourself to better your life in the direction that you want to take. Until I see you again next time, I hope you have a good one, my friend.